What's up, everybody? Welcome to Roleplay One Shots presents Eye of the Beholder. Hold on one second. I gotta turn off my air conditioning. That's better. Okay, good. Excellent. Okay. I meant to turn that off 10 minutes ago, and I have too many things on my mind. Hello, everybody. My name is Ezekiel the Third. I will be your DM for today. And yes, it's DM because it's Dungeons and Dragons. Any other game would be GM, like Game Master. But in Dungeons and Dragons, you are the Dungeon Master. So this is not my first time being the Dungeon Master. I have been one, but it's been, I want to say, at least over a decade since I've actually DM'd anything or was in charge of anything. So I'm a little bit nervous. I just wanted to let you know it's a weird feeling for me. I don't really get nervous all that much anymore. But this is brand new to me, and I just want everyone to have fun, and I hope we're here to have a good time. And let's take our rules lawyering hats off because this is I'm gonna fuck up. I'm gonna make mistakes, but that's okay. We're here to have fun. So I can't do this alone, obviously. So I've got a whole gaggle of my friends, and I picked them on purpose because I was like, these guys will be forgiving if I'm not like super on the ball. But let's go around and introduce ourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Not your character yet, but tell us what you do here on Twitch and who you are and stuff. So let's start with let's go with Anthony.
With me?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Hello, everyone. Yep. My name is Anthony Kongphan. I'm a streamer on Twitch. I do lots of variety games. Lately, it's been a lot of BRs, though. But yeah, I'm excited to be here. This is like my first role play experience. So yeah.
Yeah, man. That's another thing I wanted to get a group of people who were new to Dungeons and Dragons or haven't played in a long time.
Too, so you know.
Yeah, man. No, I specifically did that because I wanted because I know I play with Katie on Nocturne, but I don't know if we're supposed to mention that or not. But role playing experience is one thing, but Dungeons and Dragons is just like under the umbrella of role playing, and I want to jump people into this system or this particular tabletop game that has been good to me since I was 15 years old. And most if not all of you have never played or it's been lots of years. So let's go to Katie. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm KatiePetersPlays. Like Zeke said, I roleplay with him sometimes on something else. I stream a lot of horror and sci-fi games, and I'm really excited to be here. And I'm nervous because I want to make Zeke proud and do a good job.
You'll be great. You'll be great. Just be yourself. You're perfect. You're wonderful. All right. Moving on to the Raider himself, dressed up for this, and my God, my heart is swelling that you dressed up for this. Happy Hob, please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, hey, I am a medieval cocksucker from character or real?
No. You're yourself. And I know there's a little bit of bleed over between those two things. So.
Sorry, right. No, me. I'm a modern day cocksucker. Wait. I am a Twitch streamer. I do the Dark Souls no hits and nothing else. I'm not allowed to do anything else, or I will receive 200 viewers. So so it's Dark Souls every day for me, and the guy that did all 5 in a row, no hits, and
the God Run.
Yeah, the God Run, and I sacked 4 years of my life for that. So they're welcome.
You just celebrated an achievement not too long ago, right?
Sekiro no hit a couple days, nights ago.
Dude, how long did that take you?
Cool. Longer than it should have. About maybe a month, 6 weeks, like that.
Right. Okay.
It's quite short, so I thought I'd be able to do it a bit quicker, to be honest. But...
Nice. Now, how does one do that with Sekiro? Like, is it just like because you have to get hit, but it's like parries, right? Like all parried or something like that.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Everything has to be a perfect parry. So the game's based more around parrying as well as dodging, not just so you have to basically parry everything perfectly. To call it a no-hit, yeah, it's pretty rough. But I mean, the game lends itself to that game style, so it's easier, right? The windows are easier to parry versus with Dark Souls. It's tougher to parry in certain Souls games, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. It's forgiven.
Right on, man. All right, and moving on to possibly the person I've known the longest on Twitch and Justin TV, Mr. Swiftor.
Hey, yeah. So I'm Swiftor. I'm not good at games, so I stream mini games. We do like hide and seek, Simon Says, geo competitions, that kind of thing, like Fortnite and Call of Duty. And I'm really excited for this because when I was like young, across the street, this kid Alex would always hold these Dungeons and Dragons games, and I was never ever invited. Not cool enough. And this is like my revenge. Finally, I get to complete myself. So I'm hyped.
What? Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I've never heard that be a bar. Like, you're not cool enough to play Dungeons and Dragons, man.
It was
You
like,
must have been.
There was like a tier of like cool kids in the neighborhood, and then there was just like me. Like no matter what they did, I just wasn't invited. So, and Dungeons and Dragons was one of those things. But now,
Wow, that's
I'm
so
the
weird
one.
because I had the absolute opposite experience. It was like, we're not cool enough for anything but Dungeons and Dragons. Like
Oh.
that was like the last bastion for us like nerds who didn't have like a place.
I'm jealous. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. That's why I love this game system so much, because it's made like I have some of the best friends I've had since forever, decades old friends from Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So that's why I wanted to get some new blood in here and get you rolling the D20s and whatnot to see if it gets in your heart like it did for me. Okay. So this is a one shot, which means it's only going to be one session, 4 hours here. We're going to do 2 hours and a break and then another 2 hours. I have what I think is a pretty, concise adventure plan for you guys. However, I've definitely I've played a long time, so I know that you may like just forget everything I've planned for and just go somewhere else. So hopefully I can roll with the punches there. That's one of the things I'm most nervous about. But just to let you a little insight, like that I'm most nervous about, or one of the things I'm most nervous about. But the other thing is trying to DM Roll20, like trying to get that to work it was a learning experience, and I might not get it right away. I might have to do some stuff over and over again, but bear with me. We'll get through it. If nothing else, we can just do it with our imaginations and not have like a whole bunch of like high tech visuals that I've tried to make work. Okay. Well, thank you guys for being here. Are you guys ready to rock and roll?
Let's do it.
We're ready.
Okay. Oh, before we begin, who has anybody here played Dungeons and Dragons before? Just raise your hand.
Like once.
Once. Okay. Okay. Cool. Have anybody role played, like tabletop role played in any system? Okay. Okay. Cool. Excellent. I'm excited. Okay. So back in the old days when we used to do Dungeons and Dragons, with my old DM that we had for a long time, DP of Sarkulit Show. He was our dungeon master for, I want to say like six-ish years. And we played mostly the same characters throughout the adventure. And every time we would start, and I ask you to do this if you're everybody that's a player, close your eyes and I'll read you something. And I just want you to picture where you are. Okay. Also, don't be afraid to get into it. That's one thing I wanted to tell you guys. Don't be afraid to like speak in character. Do like try an old timey speech and stuff like that. Fantasy talk. And don't be afraid. We're all nerds here. We're all here to have some fun. Okay, here we go. Here you stand. You are all acquainted with each other, as you all hail from the city of Crimson Sky. You all agreed that this would be a fortuitous adventure, so you decided to group up and tackle it together, splitting anything of value you find along the way. You find yourself in the village of Gorg's Bend, a small, quiet farming town in the middle of nowhere, a little way off the land's main road. Why? there's a bounty to be had. The rumors of an item of great power and the gold offered to retrieve it have traveled far distance. And here you stand. You have learned the contract is for the eye of the beholder, and it is rumored to grant wishes. But you have heard tales of this nature before, and this is not your first outing into the world. So you are appropriately apprehensive. However, if the information proves true, what great rewards might await you? You find yourself in the only tavern in town. It's small but cozy. A fire's ember light the hearth with a soft red glow. There are a couple of farmers sharing a drink and a meal, but it's mostly empty. Save one table in the back corner. It has one occupant. Face covered by the folds of a hood, drink full and untouched. Eyes open. All right. So all four of you find yourself in this little small town tavern. You're all together. You all know each other. You might not be close friends. You might be, but you at least know each other. And there's a minor amount of trust between you that comes from being from the same place. So before we begin, I would like you to describe the characters we see standing at the doorway that have just entered the inn. And whoever wants to start can start. Describe what the camera would see if they were looking at your character.
I can begin. Sure. Before you is very bald, not too tall, bearded half elf, who tries perhaps too hard to dress like he's fancy, maybe to compensate for something, but he tries to make an imposing appearance as he enters and make an impression on the crowd inside this tavern.
Oh, so he's trying to make an impression.
Yes. Trying
Okay.
very hard to, look like he's important in this place as he
Okay.
walks in.
What is he wearing?
Some fancy threads. Looks like it's expensive materials, perhaps silk or the equivalent, and some
What
fine
for the equivalent?
equivalent of silk or like
Oh,
high
silk.
level
Okay.
silk. Sorry, silk. Yes, not
Okay.
other materials. Silk. And boots made out of basilisk skin. Very expensive.
Wow, basilisk skin. Nice. Very nice. Next. Who's brave?
I guess I'll go next.
Okay.
So once you enter the tavern here, you see me sitting at a table. And I'm a dragonborn, so I'm kind of like a loner by myself, just sitting there. Let's say I'm drinking a whole gallon of ale, and I'm covered in black scales. Don't really wear clothes, so I got kind of like a linen underwear garment kind of thing going on there. I'm just wearing underwear.
Okay. Okay. So very scantily clad is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
he likes the freedom, you know. And
Sure.
yeah, I'm just there to kind of look off and kind of view and look around the tavern and discover the folks that are around me. But he's a quiet one, this Noctis.
Okay. The only problem that I have with that description is that you are wearing armor, yes?
Armor sitting. I guess he took off the armor. It's kind of sitting next to him in a chair at the moment.
Oh, okay. So once you
I'm
walked
keeping
in, you
himself
just like
free,
made yourself
yeah.
at home.
Oh yeah, he likes to.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Kind of hang out.
So
at
you were the
tavern.
first one to like you saw an ale on a table because I saw you said you were drinking ale. Like you just
Yeah,
grabbed an ale
gallon
from
of
the
ale,
table and
yeah.
started drinking it like somebody's old ale.
Exactly.
All right, right on. I like it. I like it.
He's got,
Okay.
like his
Very
slice of
cavalier.
cheesecake to the left of him, likes to eat a lot.
Cheesecake. Now, I know you have a thing for cheesecake, and it's very rare. It's very expensive. So just want you to know that it can be made. It's just it's a tall request.
Great axes for that, you know.
Okay. Now this isn't Crimson Sky, like a big city where you can go to just a baker. This is like the cook of the inn like knows like 5 dishes, and that's about it. So you'd have to explain them how to make the cheesecake and all that kind of stuff. But we'll get to that if we get to that. Next, who's next to describe their character?
I can go.
Yep.
Kaya is obviously a tiefling. She has silver horns and she wears a dark black cloak. And she has long black hair. Her eyes are fully white. And she has this interesting
Creepy.
veining around her eyes. And she looks very hollowed out. But she's very friendly. She looks approachable. But she's got a very sinister look to her.
Okay.
And she's got a long tail. That's just, she can't hide that. It's just kind of hanging out.
Excellent. Now, Dragonborn and Tiefling are pretty rare to see, especially in small towns like this. Halflings, half elves, not as rare. They are seen from time to time, but you guys are pretty exotic for a place like this, so they know you're here for a reason. Like you'll probably get like some sideways glances, like right when you walk in the door. The farmers that were sharing a drink probably definitely look you up and down, both Kaya and Noctis, because they're like, wow, I'm from around here. They don't, it's not mean looking, but it's definitely like, what the fuck are you doing here? Now, you said you have all white eyes. Is that like Storm when she like gets all
Yes.
like powerful? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's just like no pupils, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Creepy. All right. Willie. Tell us about Willie. What does he look like when the camera sees him?
Well, you can't see much of him. You just see a helmet and some eyes. And he's hidden in a bag, watching on to a couple of ladies who are drinking in the tavern, and sort of a
No ladies.
creepy glare.
There's only the 2 farmers and the 1 occupant. I described it, man. I told you.
Oh yeah. What was that again? 1 farmer.
There's 2 farmers sharing a drink, 1 person, 1 occupant in the corner of the room, and maybe like the bartender.
Yeah.
Who works.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, so he's in a bag, sort of hiding, just watching these nice-looking farmer guys, and all you can really see is his eyes and just some sort of subtle movements going on in the bag.
So how does he get around if he's in a bag?
Well, he's not always in the bag. He sort of like slipped in there earlier on. Is that possible? Can I do that? Can I slip in the bag earlier on? Am I already hiding? Is that possible? Or
I mean, you all walked in. You're basically picture yourselves standing at the entrance of a tavern. You're all 4 grouped at the entrance. You've just walked through the door, so the door's closed behind you, and you're just standing there, and nothing has happened yet. We're just looking at you. So no
Right.
events have occurred yet.
Okay, all right. Noctis was set down, so I thought I could be in a bag.
No, we actually kind of RP'd that out where he was drinking an ale, and I said, "You mean you just grabbed one off a table that was like somebody else's?" And he went, "Yep."
Okay, all right.
So we'll work it out. However it happens. I just want to see what you see.
All right, I am stood there, just getting dressed, and I've just basically got a basic leather top on with some tight leather pants. I'm standing at about 3'5", so a little bit shorter than in real life, and then half link. Yeah, black hair, nice beard, like season 8 Tyrion beard kind of. I mean, no beard. I mean just a beard from Tyrion Lannister. No seasons. And then what else?
Well, you're a cleric. So
cleric,
you're a cleric, right? That's your class.
Yeah, I got a little white fancy shield. Has its origins in some temple somewhere that I can't remember the name. And yeah, I look pretty scared. And that's about it, I think.
So
blue eyes too.
If someone were to ask you what god you serve, what would be your answer?
Jesus.
No,
wait,
they have they're actually like in Dungeons Dragons. No, this is perfectly fine. There's no wrong answers here. In Dungeons and Dragons, there is like a pantheon of gods, just like the Romans and Greeks had. Like there's a god of life and a god of chaos and a god of weather and nature and clouds and demons and all this kind of stuff. So there's a god representing most living and unliving things. And you are, if I remember correctly, we rolled up you are a church, or you're a cleric of the life school, meaning like healing and growth.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. We're not going by any particular rule or deity in the actual Dungeons and Dragons universe. So we'll just say we'll just call the god Liliana. How about that?
Yeah.
Like she's the goddess of life and growth and healing. Sound all right to you?
Yeah. All right.
Perfect.
I'm in for it.
Okay. Unless you want to worship God like fart face poopy pants or something like that. I won't allow it though. I'm just kidding. Okay. So you serve, it may or may not come up, but you are a cleric. So in order to get your spells, this is something we didn't discuss. In order to get your magic power that you have to pray. You use up your spells for the day. You go to bed, then you wake up and you pray and you get your spells back. That's how clerics work.
Right.
Sorcerers work a different way. They have innate power inside of them. So their spells refresh after a long rest, and just because it's sorcerers are just like easy mode. Wizards get their spells from books, learning and that kind of stuff. So that's how you get your spells back, is by praying. And you have to be the god, in a manner of speaking, has to agree to give you magic, basically. Okay.
Right.
So are you wearing, did you say something about a bag? Are you wearing a bag? Or
No, that was in the sort of like narrative I was trying to run with, where I was perving from a bag. So
okay. We can do that. We can do that later. That's no problem. I'm just trying to picture you. Do you and I'm guessing, since you're a cleric, you have a holy symbol that shows that you're a cleric of that, or do you hide that?
Could it be on the shield?
Absolutely.
Maybe it is the shield. Yeah,
absolutely.
Shield.
That's perfect.
It's a picture of
Laura
Lily.
Liliana is what I said.
Liliana.
Yeah, it's just a name I pulled out of my ass. But that's good. Liliana.
Oh, right.
Okay, so it has like let's say it's like a tree that's growing, that has like a big plumage just carved into your shield. That sound about right?
Yeah, sounds good.
Cool. Okay, so you guys, we know what we're looking at. We're all standing here. One thing I wanted to ask, Swiftor, you're a bard, yes?
That's correct.
And you picked an instrument. Was it a big instrument or was it a small instrument? I can't remember.
Oh, I was carrying it behind me. It's my pan flute.
Oh, that's right. You fucking brought the pan flute. Fucking Xylover Sam.
It's ready.
Hell yeah, dude. Excellent. Okay. So there's not like a lute strung across your back or anything.
No, too heavy.
Okay.
I don't have that kind of strength.
Perfect. Okay. So would you say you are what happens? You know what? We'll figure that out later.
Oh,
you guys
sure.
all know each other. You guys know a little bit about each other. You're not like, I wouldn't say you're your childhood friend, but you're of an acquaintance, and you traveled from Crimson Sky, which is a bigger, bustling city, down to here. It took a couple of days just traveling the road. And you arrived here. You agreed to split all the winnings, but this is the tavern that they said the contract giver or the payer was at. So here you are. Now the question the DM asks millions of times throughout campaigns: what do you want to do?
Fellows, I'm exceedingly thirsty, but the gentleman in the corner hasn't even touched his drink. Is it just piss? Is it worth even trying? What do you guys think?
I mean,
Well, you're
this is
entering your
where-
group, okay?
Yeah. Oh, is that? Can I do that? Or
Of course, yeah.
oh, yeah.
thinking about taking his drink?
Whether I should? I mean, if you're at a
Noctis
bar,
took a drink
if you're
off
at,
the table, so you know, I mean,
how was
you might
yours?
as well go.
I don't know if I would drink it if he hasn't even touched his. I'm not even sure if it's worth spending my copper pieces for a mug of my own.
I believe the drinks at this tavern are absolutely gash, as they say.
Well, we're not
Oh,
here for
well-
drinks, though.
Exactly.
Right.
Business.
So
This is
what is
business.
What do
We are
we-
here for.
Why is
are
it you
we?
always want to have a drink, get drunk, and we got to make some cash, make some coin?
As
was a
you
pretty
guys are
long
talking, as you guys
All
are
you
talking
care
amongst
about is playing
yourselves.
that flute and getting
Hold
drunk.
on, hold on. As you guys are talking amongst yourselves, the bar worker, the guy, he's a bigger dude. He's got stains. He's fat. He's been probably tending this bar since his dad owned it. He's bald, got a big old beard, probably like stained with beer and all this kind of stuff. He walks up to you guys. You guys want a seat? You're just gonna stand there in the doorway.
My fellow good bald barkeeper, I will certainly have a seat, as will my friends.
Pats his head like, what the fuck you pointing that out for?
It's a good head. Good head for baldness. I'm looking forward to some drinks.
All right, well,
I sit down.
For himself,
Oh,
and he
yeah,
invites his friends over.
hold on one second. Noctis, say what you just said.
He kind of disarrays the guy what he says and kind of walks over by himself to the table and sits down and kind of yanks the ale from someone else and starts drinking it.
You're gonna take like there's only 3 people, 2 farmers sharing a drink, and 1 dude in the corner, and you're gonna walk up to one of the farmers and take
It kind of
take
takes
the drink from him.
because he's kind of thirsty right now, so he just kind of yanks it from one of the farmers, sits down, and starts drinking it.
My friend, don't worry. I will cover your other drink. My friend is very thirsty from that long travel, so I will. Barkeep, could we have please a fresh ale for our friend over here, the farmer at the table, please?
Yeah, and the guy that you took the drink from looks up and he goes, I don't know how you do things wherever you come from, but you can't just go stealing a man's drink. Even if your friend over there is willing to get another one, I mean, just
We'll talk to him. I'm so sorry.
it's all right. I mean, I'm not here to start trouble or anything. You just
Let's
get
go,
in here and make yourself at home, I guess.
Thanks for understanding.
And that'll
Okay,
be
well-
2. That'll be 2 drinks. For the
2 drinks, barkeep.
inconvenience.
Were they bagging the gun?
Absolutely. All right.
All right. So the bartender like kind of shakes his head and like
Mm.
looks at Noctis like, what are you doing, man? Like, just start shit right away. All right. He goes back, big keg in the back, just pours two big mugs full. And brings 2 of them back to the farmer, and he's like, sorry, Ed. I've never seen him before. Here's your 2. And apparently the bald fellow's paying. And he goes over to a table and he like kind of like really quickly like just wipes it off. And he's like, you can sit here and I'll get you drinks. That's how this works.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Probably
for
Yeah,
that up.
I'd grab Noctis by the arm and drag him to the table and make him sit down.
I walk over and take a seat with them.
You can't just grab drinks, Noctis. We weren't
sit as
raised
far
in
away as-
barns.
Sit as far away from the farmers as possible, so as not to.
I'm sure Noctis was just thirsty. It's okay, but let's figure out what we're doing in this town here, like in this city. What we need to get this adventure rolling. What's our next step, guys?
Well, someone in here is the contract person, right?
Oh, it's pretty obvious who it is.
Who?
The barkeep. Obviously, he's just playing a low cover. No,
I think it.
I'm wrong.
Person.
I think it might be that farmer whose drink we tried to take.
Good theory. Although we pissed him off already. Not a great start.
Not a
Thanks,
great
Marcus.
start, is it?
It's okay. You bought another ale, right?
We're splitting that, right?
Yeah, we can
Nope.
split that.
Yeah.
While you guys are sitting down and settling in around a table farther away from the farmers that you the drink you stole, the bartender has been talking to them and kind of like talking to the two farmers and shaking his head and like I don't like shrugging his shoulders like I don't know. Makes his way back over to you and he asks, "So what'll it be? We got food, not very much, but we've got lots to drink if you want that."
Barkeep, what kind of food do you have available?
Oh, I think we slaughtered a lamb last night or this morning. So we got some lamb stew, maybe some old bread. It's been there for a few days, but it's still edible.
Lamb and old bread for me, please.
I'll just have a water.
Groff's outside.
Knock this likes cheesecake. Do we have cheesecake here?
Say that again.
Farmers know what cheesecake is here.
I know those two words. Never heard them put together.
Is it possible to put cake and cheese together? We do
Well,
that?
only time we ever make a cake around here is for special occasions, and
okay, you know,
I can see if we have any cheese.
You know,
What if I put some cheese in the bread?
That's fine. Just give me another gallon of ale. That'll work.
A gallon?
Yes.
Well, it's gonna be a long night. Oh my god! And foreigners coming in. He walks off muttering to himself, "God,
It's
why does it have to be me every time?"
A lot of gold over here, so we'll be fine.
Willie,
For that.
Willie, are you not drinking or eating with us?
I'm just sad. I mean, the guy walked off. I haven't ordered anything yet.
He didn't
Oh.
see you. You're very small. You have to get his attention. Wave your arms.
Shit, yeah, I forgot.
If you stand on the chair, that seems to work.
You can jump on my
mate!
back. Willie, jump on my back.
Mate! I shout across the tavern to see if I can get his attention. You have to roll the check on that.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to roll the check and see. The bartender's gone into the back, apparently to try and find some cheese to put in this bread to make a cheese bread cake or something.
I've got an idea, Willie. That gentleman in the corner by himself hasn't even touched his drink. I can go ask him if he's willing to share or just sell it to us to give to you.
I'll just walk over there and grab it for you. How about that?
But we have not just that as a very kind gesture, but we have
hands it over to Xylo. Problem solved. There we go.
What do you
So
think?
what are you guys doing? What is happening?
I would like to say don't do that. I don't want to cause any trouble. I'm a little bit anxious. I'm a little bit anxious at the moment. I don't even need a drink. I'm used to being short, used to not getting what I want. I'll be fine until we leave.
Good sport, as always, Willie.
The bartender has come back out from the back with what looks like a hunk of cheese and like the end piece of bread like mashed together. And he looks confused, comes up to you. That's the best we can do. I hope that's to your satisfaction. We're getting that lamb stew. Anybody else want any food or drink or anything?
Would you perhaps have any ladies of the night?
I mean, whores?
I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get in trouble. That's not a very nice thing to call them, but yes.
Willie means
Whores?
whores, yes.
No,
the only
there are
lady
no
here-
whores here.
Right.
Good, because I am a cleric and I don't agree with it.
I think
No. Thank you.
I think Ned's cow over there is pretty promiscuous, though. I mean, you want to try your luck with her. Anyway, so nothing.
Do you sell anything other than food or drinks?
We got a room in the back for if you need a place to sleep for the night.
Well, anything like of the paper variety?
Yes, barkeep. Would you happen to have any special circumstances for us? Perhaps for a special adventure type
Oh, okay.
circumstance.
Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. You want that guy? And he nods over to the hooded figure in the corner and sitting there.
Oh,
And I can only assume that they're waiting for somebody. And I'm guessing that's you. And I hasn't touched the drink since they've been here, so
thank
I'm
you,
in
barkeep.
trouble. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll get that
Thank
stew
you.
for you.
I think it
Here you go,
wasn't the
Doc.
barkeep. So
It's-
that might be the guy we're looking for.
That might be the guy, but the barkeep seems really like confused about us. It's like he thinks we're weird or something.
He
Oh,
keeps
Well, he's-
looking at us.
These town folks,
I
they're
reckon.
just not used to class behavior. But
So let's,
we should go talk to that guy in the corner.
go ahead and-
I nominate Kaya. You are certainly the most elegant out of all of us. Perhaps you can go over there and kick things off, warm up the conversation, and see if we can get this ball rolling with that shadowy guy in the corner.
But Noctis and I have been getting weird looks since we've been here.
Yeah,
you think-
especially from the hooded guy too, He's looking at us real
Yeah.
weird.
Who can resist
I
those
can.
horns?
A lot of people.
Okay. Hey, Noctis, roll a perception check. Go to your character sheet.
Mhm.
And on the left-hand side, there's 2 boxes, saving throws and skills. Find perception in the skills box and just click on the word perception.
All right.
Perfect.
Just
Rolled an
click on-
11. Okay.
Is that good?
You're pretty sure that the hooded figure hasn't like moved. So if you're saying like he's been looking up at you, then you're not, you're just paranoid, basically.
Okay. So kind of overthinking everything.
Yeah, maybe.
So basically, the hooded guy hadn't even noticed us. He doesn't really give a shit about us at this point.
Yeah.
But we're just like, yeah, man, he's really onto us.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, in case you guys don't remember, and I'm not telling, most of the audience already knows this if they've watched roleplay before, but you will always roll two 20-sided dice, and that's just in case there's advantage or disadvantage. But anytime you roll, there will be 2 numbers. Always take the first unless I tell you otherwise. Okay, just letting you know.
All right.
I mean,
So,
Xylo, what if like
Kai,
2 people go over?
I'll join you. You would like to go over? I'm sure we can be quite a charming team.
Okay.
I say we
Let's
kinda
walk
set-
over.
I'll wait, please. Thank you.
Willie, you come along too.
I don't want to, though.
Ah, it's all right. I'll just go ahead and grab Willie and
Willie.
take him by the neck and bring him along. That's just,
Whoa,
Well,
mate!
now listen, that's something you guys have to work out because that is an actual thing. There's rules for like grappling and like grabbing and restraining and stuff. So it's up to you if you let him, Willie, or do you like? Because we don't have to settle this with rolls or anything. I'm just wondering like what does Willie do when Noctis grabs him around like from the back, like at the back of the neck?
Noctis vigorously grabs Willie and moves him up and down repeatedly. Yeah, he takes me to the other side. Sorry, he takes me to the other side of the room, and I'm cool with that. Yeah, it's fine. I just need an
Okay.
extra push sometimes because I'm small.
Okay, sounds good. So are all of you going over there then?
Sounds like Willie, Kaya, and I are walking over to the corner of the room where the gentleman is down, not touching his drink.
Okay.
And
Okay.
I guess I'll kick things off. Sir, do you have a moment to speak with us?
Nothing.
You didn't say anything.
Didn't say anything.
Kaya, perhaps
Maybe
he'll-
try Kaya talking in
Yeah.
draconic language.
Xylover, I want you to make a perception check now. Now, how do you say your name, by the way?
Zalavar.
Xylovar. Okay.
4. Okay, anyway. Perception check.
Okay. You notice something like moving inside of the robe.
Something moving. Sir, I'm going to tap his shoulder to get his attention.
Then you hear from like he's still like he's bent over like this. You can't really see like a face. The hood is like way down like that. And you hear from within the hood. Ah, yes, I'm here. Yes. Hello.
Oh, wonderful. Hello.
He
Hello.
doesn't look up, doesn't move.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just very, very tired. Are you here for the contract?
Yes. Yes, we'd like to learn more about the contract. Can you what do you have for us?
Ah. Excellent. Well, I am prepared to pay you 150 gold apiece. Yes, you heard correctly. 150 gold apiece. Now, you might not know it as not having played D&D, but that's a pretty tidy sum to be offered. So it's kind of strange to hear like that much being offered for this.
Sir, do you actually have that much gold in possession to offer us?
Oh yes, of course. It's not on me right now, of course. Can't be too careful. However, I will give you 50 apiece now, and 100 apiece when the job is done. Does that sound agreeable?
Is there a check I can do to see if he's full of shit or not? At all?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Like a
Thank you.
trust check
Yes.
or something?
It's called insight.
I've got low.
If you
of
roll
my
an
head.
insight
Who's got the
check.
best insight here?
Me?
You've got the
No.
best. Yeah, you.
Oh yeah. All right. So I'll do that then.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say go
Just
for
click
it.
on the word insight. 24. Not bad. Not bad. Let's see here.
Is he full of shit,
Okay.
Willie?
With a 24, you know that you feel like what he has said is not all the way true. There is some truth to it, but it's not. There's something that catches your ear.
Is there a way I can do like intimidation to him? Because I know my character kind of has like a high intimidation. Could I just like grab him, just be like, "What the hell is wrong with you? What are you hiding from us?" kind of thing. You know what I mean? Just
Absolutely.
because
Now,
old ass
this
up
is
against the wall and just
now this is going to be good, excellent. When we before we do any rolls, it's always good to name your intentions. So
Mhm.
I want to do this
Okay.
while to do intimidation. So you want to pick like grab him and like
Yeah,
shake
because
him and intimidate him,
basically,
stuff like
like
that, right?
me and Willie kind of had a little chatter after he like kind of incited the dude. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And so
Okay.
he's just like Willie's trying to tell me or tell Noctis at the moment, like, "Hey man, something's up with this guy."
Excellent.
So
Roll that intimidation check.
Noctis is not this kind of guy that doesn't like to waste time, so he just picks this old guy up and is just like, what do you really want out of this kind of thing?
Love it. Yep. Go ahead, roll that intimidation.
Okay, come on, baby.
9. Okay, that's okay. So you now tell me what you say as you grab. Do it in your voice.
So he kind
Whatever
of
voice he has.
grabs him, picks him up, shoves him against the wall, and is just, what are you really wanting out of this quest? Why are you
Okay.
choosing us?
Let me stop you right there. As you pick up, or as you grab the robe and you like pick it up, you realize there's nobody inside of the robe. It's
What
just
sorcery is this?
It's just a pile of what looks like a bird's nest, like sticks and twigs and pieces of fabric and shit like that. That was just kind of like propping up this guy.
What's going on? This is no man.
What
This
the fuck?
What is happening? And let's see, Noctis, since you're kind of focused on the robe and picking it up, I'm gonna say Kaya and Willie. Why don't you guys roll perception checks for me?
Okay.
Well, okay, perfect. You both see something like skittering around the chair legs.
I would crouch down really fast and see what it is.
Okay. As you crouch down on your hands and knees, you see like a sort of like medium-sized lizard like crawling around and frantically trying to get back up onto the chair.
I'm going to try to grab it.
Okay. You try and grab it?
Yeah, I try to grab it.
Okay. Let's see. Make a let's see. What would grab? Because he's it's not a grapple because there's no opposing like strength. But let's see. Why don't you do like an acrobatics check?
Okay.
10, okay. And we'll try and do let's do an opposing check here. Oops, that's 2. There we go. Okay, no. You try and grab it. The thing is like really quick and like jump down back off on the floor and is running around the chair legs and stuff. You keep like trying to pursue it because Xylover and Willie are starting to have noticed what's going on here. Like you have dropped down and you're like, ah.
Kai, I think we should try and communicate again with this thing and figure out what's going on. Maybe we should.
Yeah, but there's a lizard.
A moment. Right, but it was talking. We heard a voice. We should perhaps give it a moment to kind of explain itself. This pile of twigs and a lizard.
I back off and stand up and stop trying to catch it.
Okay.
So at this point, we're trying to communicate with it now.
It's backed against the wall, like waiting to see if you're gonna like try and squeeze it or kill it or whatever. Because it was just honestly, it looked like it was trying to get away because it was scared of you.
Yeah.
So
we're
it's
trying to communicate it with first, because I know Kaya, you speak in. I know it's like a lizard, but it could be a like a baby dragon or something. You kind of speak in draconic language.
Are you saying that out loud, Noctis?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just saying, are you saying that to the party?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to tell the party that we could try to communicate it first.
Yeah.
It was talking to us in a language we could understand just now. We should try again to talk with it.
And you hear from the floor. I'm not a dragon.
Oh, that's
and you were looking right at it, Kaya. You can see that the lizard is talking to you. I'm not a dragon.
Can I pick you up? I could put you on the chair.
Yes. Keep me away from the big one.
It's just Noctis. He's harmless. I'm gonna scoop him up. and set
Oh,
him
he's
on the
harmless. I
stool.
saw him try to start a fight earlier with the farmers.
He's thirsty. So I'll set him
All
on
right.
the
He
stool
allows you
and
to tentatively, like, he kind of puts his one lizardy foot on your hand and then crawls the rest of the way up there and waits for you to pick him up.
I'll set him down, let him crawl off onto the stool.
Okay. And he just
What?
kind of sits there and waits until he has all of your attention.
What are you if you're not a baby dragon?
Well, therein lies a story. The story is this. I found something. A gem with magic powers. Has the power to grant wishes. And it was bringing it back to my home. And the previous owner of the gem caught up to us and was not happy with me for taking it from him. And there was a fight. I survived, but not before. And he like lifts up his lizardy hands and like kind of displays his lizardy body to you. This happened. Everybody was killed. No survivors left except me, but I watched the whole battle from this form because that's all I could do. But I did see where the gem landed. The eye of the beholder is what I was told it was called. And I squirreled it away, or lizarded it away. And only I know where it is. So, if you want the payment, you have to take me with you. I will show you where it is.
What do you think, guys?
Hold on, so
Like that titular line drop there?
who's to say we won't end up being a lizard as well?
He makes
I
an
think it
excellent
should be
point.
160 gold, actually. Throw 10 gold in and I'm in.
Where is he hiding this gold exactly? That's where I want to know.
Where is the
Good point.
gold
Not to
upfront
say
payment?
behind this
And
ship right now. Is there any way I
I'm
can
sorry,
intimidate the lizard? Can I like pick him up? You know, pick up the lizard
Yes,
with like
let's
one little dragon hand.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Kind of mad. All
No.
right. All right.
Go ahead, roll again. Because you were trying to intimidate the cloak before, and the cloak could not be intimidated. Now you have the lizard.
I he's the lizard.
If you want to intimidate him, you go right ahead and roll that dice.
I think we got what we need to.
Like, he's talking about paying us 159 gold. Mother trucker probably can't even carry like 1 gold. He was like a little lizard. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of weary. Trust issues right now with this guy.
I mean, there was
Lizard
the twigs. The
thing.
twigs don't make sense.
Yeah. All right, so I'm rolling intimidation, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. It doesn't take much. This lizard is fucking scared of you. So what do you want to ask? Because intimidation is fine, but you got to have a goal. What's your goal for this intimidation?
The goal is basically really wanting to know like
Where's
what
the gold, right?
what is not necessarily the gold, because Noctis right now doesn't believe that he has the gold, you know, because he's a lizard feeling
Okay.
frightened at the time. Like he really wants to find out what this lizard wants out of this, like what he genuinely wants, you know.
So as you're grabbing this lizard, like intimidating it, like threatening to squeeze it to death or something like that, what does Noctis say to it?
He says, he just grabs the lizard and he's just like, what do you really want out of this? Just get to the point. Stop wasting our time, little lizard man. All right.
And he's having trouble trying to speak because you're kind of squeezing. He's like, I just
Loosen up the grip, knock this. You're suffocating the little thing.
I swear, it's. I'm telling you the truth. I swear. Do you
Okay.
loosen up the
And
grip
at
a little
the
bit?
point, yeah, he kind of loosens up a little bit.
Okay.
It feels
Okay.
like he's kind of telling the truth.
Okay. The thing is, I don't have the rest of the payment because it's in my human home. I do, however, have the initial payment. If you stop squeezing me. In fact, you, the horns. What's your name?
Kaya?
Kaya. Only you are allowed to carry me from now on, or touch me, or
Okay.
no. The deal is off.
I mean, is that
So at that moment, I kinda,
I'm okay
like,
with this?
release it, and then I kind of like hand it over to Kaya.
And I'll take him and I'll put him on my shoulder.
So I guess we're in.
Very well. All right. Well, the first part of the payment, I have to guide you to. It's very close, but it should be around what I promised, the $50 or 50 gold apiece. And the bartender has come back and is looking at you guys all in the corner. You're all standing up. You have a lizard on your shoulder now. There is this like twigs and branches on a chair with a robe on the floor. And he just says, stew's ready. And also, I'm gonna want that payment for the drinks and the food and the cheese bread, cheesecake.
Yeah, this lizard is going to buy the drinks for us, I believe.
Noctis, that is very kind of you to pay for our drinks and food tonight. You have my thanks.
I didn't agree with the payment. Here.
Thank you, Noctis.
Yeah, so nice of you, Noctis. I mean,
you are a
really.
good dragon.
Yeah.
He glances at the lizard like, "What the fuck is? Or what are you guys doing? Are you guys drunk already?" And the lizard doesn't say a damn thing.
Tonight is
Yes,
on me,
Noctis,
fellows.
Paying for
I pay the
everyone's
barkeep.
drink and the cheese bread too.
All right. It's not too much. It's like, I don't know.
At the same time as he's paying,
Maybe
he's
like
he's staring down the
4
lizard thing,
silvers, 5 silvers.
like he should be paying. You know what I mean?
Say that again.
So I mean, as Noctis is paying for the drinks and the cheese bread, the cheesecake, he's kind of like eyeballing the lizard guy, right? Kind of like, you should be paying for this.
Yeah.
Hey, lizard! Like, I got a question, mate, if that's all right. Okay, I was fucking wondering, like, you're giving us some gold, like, what's this eye of the beholder exactly? And like, what if you slice that into bits and we have a bit of it?
The lizard's not saying anything while the bartender's around. So did you pay him? Did you like reach in your coin pouch? Because I mean, we didn't actually discuss starting wealth, but I'm gonna say you guys have at least like 10 gold apiece on you.
Oh, not bad.
I forgot that. Minor oversight is I forgot that to give you any sort of like walking cash. But your third level, by the way. Oh shit, I forgot to tell everybody. We started third level so the characters could have some options and bells and whistles and not just like, first level, just hacking that kind of stuff. So forgot about that. Forgot to tell you guys that at the beginning. Okay, so you guys have some walking cash. Do you pay him, Zylover?
Yes,
Zylovar?
I give him. I hand the barkeep 1 gold coin, asking for some change.
Okay. He shuffles off, or actually he grabs the gold, kind of bites to make sure it's real, and he reaches into his pouch and gives you 4 silver change. And he says, yeah, feel free to not come back if you don't want. Have a good whatever. And he walks away. He leaves you. And Kaya, the lizard, you can hear him whispering into your ear.
Okay.
Let's leave this place. Okay, let's go.
We should go, guys. I think it's a good time to head out. That bartender was not very nice.
What was these two whispering about? Were you whispering about a lizard?
He,
Let's
Willie,
let's-
Willie, he told me that we need to leave.
Willie, let's get some fresh air. Let's.
Yeah, let's
Alright,
get some. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
we'll just go ahead and grab Willie right now. Pick up Willie, and we'll all go outside. We're going outside right now.
All right. The one of the farmers looks directly at you, Noctis, with two mugs of empty ale that you bought him, looking a little bit like drunker, and he raises the glass to you and he's like, just real drunkenly, like kind of toasts you, and he puts the two mugs back down.
And Noctis at the time kind of feels bad for taking his drink at the beginning. So while he's carrying Willie outside the door, he kind of flings a golden coin back at the farmer guy, to kind of pay for his other drink.
Very
Okay.
generous, Noctis.
You see both farmers like look to each other and then look at the coin that's on the floor, and they both kind of like jump at it. Like, it's mine, no, it's mine. And you see them kind of like they're friends, so they're not like really out to kill each other, but they're definitely like wrestling each other to see who'll get the gold coin as you walk out the door. Okay. So now you stand outside the tavern. It's not quite noon yet. Sun's still pretty high in the sky. It's a nice day, not too warm, not too cold. And the lizard doesn't whisper this, it actually says to you guys, it's in the back of the tavern. I'll get you your first payment.
All right. Well, just show us where to go. We can all go together.
Let's be alert, friends. We don't know what to expect over here. We just met this lizard thing, so let's be awares of our surroundings.
What's your name?
My name is Felix.
Oh, hi, Felix.
Boy, you were expecting something more lizardy.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought it might be different than Felix.
Let's.
Noctis
I
is
do-
a
can I-
trap.
Can I do a detect evil and good check, divination thing, to see if there's anything within 30 feet? Do
Yes,
do you know what?
absolutely. What I want you to do is, in order so everybody in chat can see the spell, what I want you to do is click on that gear again to collapse that. And then if you click on the word detect evil and good, it should put it right in the, there you go. Perfect. Excellent. So for the duration, it's up to 10 minutes concentration, which means you have to like keep focusing on it however long you want it to last, up to 10 minutes. For the duration, if there's an aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead within 30 feet of you, as well as where the creature is located. Similarly, if there's a place or object within 30 feet of you that has been magically consecrated or desecrated. The spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone or 1 inch of common metal, thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood or dirt. Okay. So you're going to cast this spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So you see Willie Baggins stop dead in his tracks and start muttering like holy words to themselves, like got the shield on and kind of like focusing, and you see like these somatic and somatic gestures, and then no one sees it, but Willie, you feel like your sense of the world has heightened for this within 30 feet of you, and you kind of like reach out your mind and your soul to see if there's any like if there's any evil creatures or any evil like doings around you, and you don't know how long you want to do this, or if you want to keep walking with it on or something like that, but you don't sense anything.
All right, yeah. I stay quiet at the back of the group of folks and just keep
Okay.
this going but as
Okay.
long as I can.
Yep, you bet. Yep, you can walk and keep concentrating on this for sure. And you all see him do this. I don't know if this is something like you've seen him do before, probably, maybe a little bit, but
Willie, is everything okay?
Yeah, it's just I don't trust this lizard, like, so I'm just gonna focus on my things and stuff and make sure no one creeps up on us. You know what I mean?
We know precisely what you mean.
No offense, lizard man. Jonathan.
His name's Felix.
Felix, I believe.
Sorry, Felix.
no, I understand. Can never be too careful.
Shall we carry on to this location for our payment?
Yeah, just right around the back of the inn.
Let's say we walk around to the back, walk down and go behind the inn
Okay.
together.
Yeah,
You
I
all
follow.
just okay. You all go along. Are you leading, Xylovar?
I walk first, yes. Whether they follow or not is up to them. But I guess I head first.
I like it. I like your style. All right, so you head around. Nothing suspicious at all. And as soon as Kaya, where are you in line? As far as like, are
I'm probably right behind Xylo, just kind of
okay? Cool.
following.
Perfect. So you round the corner first, and then Kaya right behind you, and then the lizard jumps off your shoulder, or actually not jumps off, but like skitters down your arm and then down your leg onto the dirt, and you see like he stops on the ground, looks up, and he goes, "Won't be a moment," and you see him like duck under like the base like lattice or wood where the bottom of the tavern meets the dirt, and you see like there's a little tiny hole. Like you would not even notice it unless you were like down on your like hands and knees trying to look for it. Darts right into the hole and is gone for quite a few seconds, and then emerges dragging a string, like it looks like a leather string with its teeth, or with its mouth, is like dragging it behind. And
Need some help there, Felix?
you see him spit it out like, yeah, I filled the bag in the hole, and now it's too big to get out. So if you want to just kind of force it out of there.
Noctis, you are our dragon muscled friend. Would you mind giving it a good yank?
Yeah, Noctis doesn't have time for this. So at that point, Noctis kind of like goes over, just bashes on the ground, like where the wooden plank is at or whatever it is, and it just shatters, and there's gold is spilling out everywhere from the pouch, where the item was at.
Oh, I'll describe it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
So basically, I just bashed the little wooden area.
Yep.
And then
You bash the wooden area, and then you see the lizard like look up at you, and its mouth just goes, "What are you doing? Oh my god!" And you see the lizard like skitter to where the hole you've made like lots bigger. There's splinters and shit everywhere, and he's looking like skittering around, and you can see like his tail like going into the hole and coming out, and he's like, he comes out and he goes, "You are lucky. There's breakable things." Never mind. And he grabs a leather string, and he pulls the pouch out of the big hole that you've made. And he spits out the leather strap, and you can see it's just a little leather pouch, like a coin purse. that he's pulled out of there, and he looks at it. He like kind of like moves his lizardy head towards it, and he goes, "There's your first payment, as promised."
I'd like to count it.
So you reach down and grab the bag.
I reach out and grab the bag, and I'd like to. Do I need to perform a check to count the coins, or is it just? Do I just count it and?
No.
Yeah.
You just have to. You have to grab the bag. You're assuming that there's coins in there.
I've grabbed the bag.
Okay, grab the bag, and you realize you hear the distinctive clinking of coins. Yes, but that's not all that's in there.
Doesn't seems kind of light, for 200 gold coin.
You look like a smart boy. Open the bag.
Hang on, Kai. Can you bring the lizard over to be near us when we open the bag, just in case there is something interesting that happens? I'd like Felix to be our friend, to be very close by when we open it, just in case.
I'll open it. I can open it for you if that would make you feel better.
It would.
Put it on the ground so I can open it.
I put it down on the ground.
All right. So he goes over to the bag and kind of like, you know how like drawstrings close a bag? He like puts his nose in the middle of the tightened bag hole and like starts like nudging it loose so he can like get in there. He's like trying to like hold it and nudge it. It takes a painfully long time because he's so small. He's not very strong, but he finally opens it and starts dragging out. First, he drags out what is definitely, you've seen them before. You don't see it very often, but a platinum piece, which you would know is worth 10 gold a piece. So it's a platinum piece is worth 10. It's like a $1 bill, $10 bill. Platinum is a $10 bill. So he finally gets out 3 platinum pieces. So that's basically, just from being alive, that's worth 30 gold. And then takes out a ring, and then takes out a vial that about that big, corked, has some orange liquid in it. And then he stands there and looks, there, your first payment.
Felix, what is that vial? What is it filled with?
I was told it was a healer's concoction. And this is not news to you. Like, healers and potion makers, like, one of the most popular potions is a potion of like healing wound healing and stuff like that. But for lack of a better term, yeah, it's a pretty common thing, or not common, but it's a known thing.
Got it. All right. If that's the case,
And there's a ring as well.
All right. It's in we're in agreement with everyone else.
Healer
Pick up
concoction.
the coins and distribute them between us.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna look over my shoulder. Is Willie with us?
Yeah, just behind you guys.
Is he still praying?
Yeah. Don't
We'll be
stand
the
Bother
on
keeper.
him while he's praying.
Well, he's not praying. He's like focus mode. That's what he's doing. He's just concentrating on
Yeah.
that good and evil spell. Unless
Okay.
you want to drop it.
I mean, at this point, I feel like.
Oh yeah. All right.
Still
Yeah, I
praying
guess
and
I guess I drop it. Yeah, I drop the spell.
Okay.
Now.
Okay.
All right.
Then Willie loses that like focused, like concentrated stare, and is back to being like his bagging self.
I'm flaccid. Yeah.
He's flaccid now. He's limp and flaccid.
I'm gonna say to him like,
Sorry.
what? Why'd you stop?
Well, I see my gold now. I don't want to be concentrating on this religious mumbo jumbo when I see some gold. You know what I mean?
Best cleric ever. Mumbo jumbo. You know how I get all of my power.
Willie, these are platinums. Let's shall we distribute these? This down payment of ours. Thank you, Felix. And I kneel down.
You grab up
and
all the
grab them-
stuff?
Grab up all the stuff.
Okay.
And I have another question. Felix, how about this ring? What is
It's
it?
a ring. It's valuable. You do you look at it? Do you take a second to look at
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Do I look? Do you have to press perception? Like look at it.
No, you
figure out
don't
what
have
kind
to.
of
You don't
gem
have
it is?
to.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
then now there's no like that. This is a question I had. Like, there's no like appraisal skills anymore that I know of. I'm trying to think of how you would guess how much this is worth or what it is, that kind of thing.
I have identify. That's more for magic stuff, right?
Yeah, yep, you can do that for sure.
Let's
Just
try our hand
knowledge.
at.
Investigation, maybe. Yeah, that might work.
Oh,
So, yeah, you have a myriad of options to see like what this ring is, what it's worth, and that kind of thing. But when you look at it, it's a golden band with two gems that are inset, and there's just a ruby and an emerald. What it looks like a ruby and emerald, a red and green stone.
I'd like to cast identify just in case it might be magical.
Okay.
All right.
Click on the word identify. So it puts it in chat. There you go. Perfect. Choose one object that you must touch throughout the casting spell. If it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement to use, how many charges it has, if any. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item, blah, 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 blah. So you basically like suss out magical hoodoo on the thing.
Right.
Yeah, words are tough. So you cast that. You hold the ring in your hand, cast identify, and nothing. You get no magical traces on it at all.
Just a ring.
Yeah, like I
So-
said, it's valuable. Now, if
All
you
right,
want to do
shall
any
we-
other kind of check, like a what would it be? Just like why don't we do like an investigation check? You want to do an investigation check to see how
Let's-
much it's worth or whatever?
That sounds good. Investigation. That would be. Oh yes. All right. I'm gonna do an investigation, and wow, that did not go so well.
You're not you don't care much for rings. You're not a ring guy. So you're like, "Ah, man, I don't know. You don't know how much it would be worth. It could be worth 10, it could be worth 3,000. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know what this is worth, guys. I nominate Willie just to hold on to all the gold and hopefully doesn't spend it on ladies. He wouldn't do that. And we move on with our doings.
I'm a man of God. This gold is safe. I mean,
And I hand the platinum and the ring, and the potion over, looking over to Noctis and Kai to make sure there's no hesitation.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't, and I pass it over to Willie very gently in his hands.
Well, after all that workup, the lizard is talking. I can tell you, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if you wouldn't get 60, maybe even 80 gold on a good day for that ring. It's a very nice ring. That potion, used in case of emergency, in case you, I don't know, get bit by a dragon or something. You drink that and you feel a little bit better. All told, like I said, it's worth about in the neighborhood of 200 gold pieces. 50 a piece, like I said.
I'm satisfied for now, but we expect the completion of this payment upon. What do you want us to do again, Felix?
I want you to find the gem, the eye of the beholder, like the title says. I want you to find that gem. And yeah, hopefully it's still there where I put it.
Where is the gem? Where are we going? What's our
Well,
next step?
I'm glad you asked. It's about a 2-day journey from here. It's in a swamp, unfortunately, but little off the road, but not too far because I couldn't drag it that far. Just dragged it until I got tired and stashed it. I'll guide you, but time's wasting. So whenever you feel you're ready to head out, let's do that.
Let's fucking do it! And then, can I run like an insight check to see if I still I'm suspicious of this lizard, Felix, or not?
An insight check is you have to be specific about what you want to find out. Like you want to find out if something is a lie.
Okay. Is he telling us everything about what he knows about the swamp? What would I check that?
Okay.
On, yeah.
You could ask him a question about the swamp or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
Because he just mentioned the swamp, so there wasn't a lot of detail there.
So, what is this? Is this swamp? Is it safe? Like, is it? Are there like monsters and shit there? Because I don't want to get hurt.
It's no more dangerous than any other swamp that I've been in. I mean, there's the odd creature roaming through it, but nothing of note.
The odd creature.
What else, Felix? What else do you know about this odd creature, and how should we prepare for it? Do you know?
It's the odd creature, meaning like there's like
just like any old creature. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
yeah.
All right, understood. Okay, understood. Yes, got it.
That's the funny thing. I can't think of anything that like off the top of my head that lives in a swamp besides like alligators and shit.
Well, fellows, I'm ready for an adventure and to get paid. I don't know about the rest of you, but I am prepared to depart immediately.
I don't know if I want to go. It's like getting dark, in it. Can we like maybe stay at the fucking tavern?
I thought it was noon.
Yeah, it's just before noon.
Right. No, sorry, I got noon and
It's a dark alley. I understand, Willie. It's a dark alley that we're in. It's okay.
Sorry.
Walls.
Yeah.
Shadows.
I'm colorblind. Yeah, a bit colorblind. Sorry about that.
I mean, I'm ready to go. Do we need horses or can we walk?
That's going to be a problem. This town is not equipped with amenities, so horses and that are not going to be available. It's not that far though. It's only, when I said 2 days, it's 2 days walk. So make sure you have enough food for a couple of days of camping. Well, 4 with the 2 there, 2 back.
Let us acquire some provisions then. Felix, would you happen to know which part of town we can purchase some goods? You seem to be familiar with.
Before you do that, most of you got a pack, an explorer's pack or a dungeoneer's pack or something like that, and they have rations in them.
Oh, okay.
It should say something about rations.
Grab some cheesecake. Is that possible?
Oh yeah.
You want to grab some more of that cheese bread from the guy?
Yeah, the cheese bread cake.
We did pay for it. We should at least bag it up and take it with us.
Yeah.
You can go back in and grab it.
Let's go back in, get looked at weirdly, and grab that cheesecake and I want my lamb stew also. Get out of there.
You said we had a explorer's pack, right?
Yeah, most of you should have like an explorer's pack. It should say rations somewhere on your item list.
I've got 2 rations.
Bottom middle.
Okay, yeah, I see it now.
Yeah. Just for the sake of this adventure, I'm going to say you have plenty to get there and back.
Got it.
Yep.
Okay.
Just gonna say you have let's see, 8 rations apiece because it took 2 days to get here, so you would have camped and ate those 2, and then you have leftovers. It's basically hardtack. It's like jerky, like crusts of bread and stuff like that. Just stuff to keep you going. Nothing too fancy.
All right. I believe we're equipped with.
Did you want to go back and get that cheese bread that you left on the table?
Yeah, the Noctis kind of goes back and just
Okay.
walks back into the tavern real quick, swipes it off the table, and then shoves in his, little adventurer's sack or whatever.
As you walk in, you see the two
Yeah,
farmers. One of them has a fucking black eye. The other one is laughing at him, flipping the coin in his hand. And you swipe the cheese bread off the table. You see the bartender look at you and go like, "What?" And then you just swipe it and leave, and you probably hear him go.
I will take
All right.
the lizard to the swamp, but I cannot go alone.
I'll be joining you. You have
we're
our
all
gold.
going,
You have
Willie.
them after all.
Oh, okay.
Right, can I roll a luck check now to see if I get sued by Middle Earth Enterprises for using that script?
No, you actually have to roll a lawyer check. There's no luck
Okay.
involved there. It's like, how high do you roll on the lawyer scale? Like, oh shit, crit fail. Oh man, I got a public defender. Oh.
Oh shit.
All right, so Willie Baggins, Kaya Brightwood, Noctis, and Xylovor are heading out, and the lizard basically says, "I don't want to head west most of the day, follow the road, and then in the middle of the next day we're going to have to, or you know what? I'll remember when we're close. It's just there's a little marker tree or something. We'll get there. We'll be fine."
Let's be on our way then.
All right,
So now
cool.
we're walking.
Yep, we're walking along.
Xylo's playing his musical instrument at this time, right?
Oh, no, I have to say this for like special occasions. I can. Oh, is this a special occasion? It's a special occasion. I decide to play the pan flute. I'm not very good at it. But the enchantment is infected when we did it.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so in Dungeons and Dragons, this is always an important thing as far as marching order. How are you guys walking down the road? Like, who's in front? Who's in back? Is it 2x2? Is it flying V formation? Like, what are you guys doing?
I think since like Noctis, the tanky individual, he's kind of like in the front, and then at the same time, Willie Baggins kind of like off to his side to the right, kind of.
Yeah. I'm walking in slow mo.
Like, are you talking like Reservoir? Like, doom, 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 doom. Like Papa's got a brand new bag.
Yeah. that works.
Okay, so
Pretty
who's in
happy
front?
about the gold.
I would be walking
right.
next to Noctis with the lizard probably on my shoulder because he's guiding us where we're going.
I'll be in the back,
can I-
trailing along.
Okay.
Can I just throw in that, possibly normally maybe in the past I always stay at the back, but further back, maybe like 5 feet back at all times, since I'm a healer and such and a coward a little bit. And I always sort of stay way back, kind of thing. All right.
Is there a reason for that? Is there like a reason in your past that you can come up with? Why has something bad happened to you before, or?
Yeah, my uncle used to, give me a few digs when I was younger, and I've taken that on as sort of a social anxiety and anxiety of swamps with creatures and shit. And even though I found Jesus, Laura, Liliana, who means a lot to me, by the way. Great goddess.
That mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. So since then I'm just got the wisdom to stay out of trouble, but I just stay at the back. I'm scared.
Okay.
And wise.
Okay, so you're 5 feet in the back, leading the party. Is that you, Noctis, that you're leading the party in front?
Yeah, I'm like kind of like
Okay.
in the front.
Who's behind? Noctis.
I'd be behind him because the lizard's
Yeah.
Okay.
giving us
So it's
directions.
Noctis, Kaya, Xylovor, and Willie. 5 feet back. Okay, cool. All right. Let's roll a survival check to see the sense of direction and that kind of thing. Who has the best survival? Who do you think would be like the best bonus?
I've got a wisdom of 11 guys with 2 survival skills. How about you guys?
I've got no survival skills with.
I've got 3,
Yeah.
and it's also based on wisdom, right? So, and I got 17 in wisdom.
Willie, I will. Yeah.
Oh, wait, the bonuses are already added. The number that is represented is your bonus.
Oh,
So
yeah. Okay.
Your wisdom is added into that. So yeah, if you want to roll a survival check, and if anybody else wants to help him out, I'll let you roll with advantage.
Who's got the second highest? That'd be Kaya.
No, I actually have 0. So
Oh, it doesn't matter. I just
Oh.
need to know who. I just need to know who's helping. Like who's conferring with Willie on the direction. Okay, Xylovor,
I'll help.
you guys are
Great.
conferring. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, this area it's a little bit further from your home, but you still like heard of this area because it's only like a 2-day walk from where you came from. So, in the other direction, but you still know this like basic area. So go ahead and roll, and if you roll your survival, take the highest of the 2 numbers.
So we're both rolling survival.
Nope, Willie is
just
rolling. You
Willie.
are just helping.
Got
But
it. Okay,
that's
understood.
giving Willie advantage.
Ah,
7 or 6. Okay, so 7. You rolled a 7 on the survival, which is not great. I'll be honest.
It's not the
with you, great.
first. It's not the first time Willie's come up short for me.
So
Sorry. Sorry.
I knew I picked the right group. Yay. Okay, so what ends up happening is that you kind of don't know where this place is. Like, you thought you did on the outset, but as you keep traveling, nothing is looking familiar or sounding familiar. Like, the mountains are kind of on the wrong side. So if you were going to suggest a course of action, you probably won't now because you're not really sure where you are. This was just a check to see, like, if you happen to lose the lizard and needed to find your way back, or to the swamp or back to the town. That's the reason for this roll, is to see if you knew where you were rather than just a lizard guiding you. So you're kind of unsure of your location. But the lizard's on you. He's guiding you. You're going along. Not much on this road. Pretty quiet. Not super well traveled. But it goes pretty uneventfully. You guys, this is your opportunity before nightfall and camp time to, if you want to converse or you want to ask each other something or ask Felix anything or whatever before you hit the hay.
Noctis, how's that cheese bread cake holding up?
Very good. As soon as I say that, Noctis kind of hands over a slice of leftover cheese bread to Xylo to have him try it.
Oh, thank you, friend. It is.
You see it. It's just like mashed into like a loaf of bread.
I will save this for later. Thank you, Noctis. And I put it in my side bag.
Mm-hmm.
No, you try now.
No, eat it.
I nervously take it back out, let out a sigh. Take a small nibble. Fantastic, Noctis. Thank you very much for the wonderful provisions for the rest of my bag.
Noctis just kind of looks at you and smiles, like, big dragon smile. Just
Okay. I'm just wondering if anybody else wants to say anything, have a conversation or whatever.
Can I look around the camp?
You're not camped yet. This is as you're walking.
Okay. Oh, this is how we're walking.
Simon-
Okay, never mind.
Yep.
What time of day is it?
No, it's getting around like I don't know 4 or 5. You can see the sun starting to make its way down to the horizon. We can. I mean, if no one has anything, do they want to do or say or ask or anything like that? We can just pass the time until it's time to make camp.
I kind of want to ask, was it Jimmy, Felipe, the lizard, Felix, on like where he's from, you know, his origin, what he was before the lizard. So I guess kind of Noctis kind of turns over to him, you know, kind of like, what were you before the lizard? Kind of question, you know.
He kind of wakes up with a start. He was actually sleeping on the shoulder because the sunshine was very nice, and he was basking and fell asleep. You see him wake up with a start, like, I'm sorry. What was that?
Noctis was asking you where you're from.
Oh, I'm from here and there. I'm from all over the place. You know, the Red River. You know the Red River. It's a big river.
My mother has told me of tales of the Red River. Many
Okay.
fish.
You can roll a history check
Oh,
to see if you know anything about the Red River.
no.
If you can still say the same thing, but that's a crit fail. So if you want to say that, you're lying. You've never heard of the Red River.
There's so many fish in that river. Wonderful fish. Ah, yes, the Red River fish. Delicious.
Can I roll to see if I've heard of the Red River?
Yes, absolutely. Anybody can roll a history check to see if they know anything about the Red River. Yeah, you're a little off too. You're like Red River. Now, Hob, you've actually been to the Red River, and you are very familiar with it. You've swam in it. You've fished in it.
Is there actually a lot of fish in this river? Do I know?
I mean, it's
like
not a lot. I mean, it's not like a place where you would find commercial fishing, but the odd fisherman will go there.
All right. I realize the other guys are full of shit, but I keep my mouth shut because, you know, they're companions.
Good guy, Willie.
Well, do you think Xylovar is the kind of guy who would embellish a lot anyway?
Yeah. Because it's just normal.
Oh, no.
Maybe.
I'm asking Xylovar.
Oh, absolutely. He's trying to make himself look like he knows he's know it all, or he's been there, he's done that. You know,
cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and Willie being the one that with the most like watchful eye would probably know that he's. I mean, you could say he's a liar, but he's more of like a tall tale teller kind of a person. Like he'll fib about himself, but it's all in the for the purposes of telling a better story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so no one speaks up about the Red River except for Xylovar, and so the lizard says, "Okay, Red River. There's a little town, like, not too far off. That's where I was born. But I spent most of my life traveling, learning the odd thing here and there of treasure hunting. You guys understand that. You're treasure hunters, right?"
Yes, but where did you learn of the Eye of the Beholder? How'd you come to encounter that situation and end up like this?
Well, that's not something I want to talk about because information is expensive, and I paid a lot for that information. And also, you know what? That's all I'll say.
I'm not happy with that answer, like at all.
Do I
risking our necks?
Do I know anything? Can I infer? Is that even a word? Can I infer anything related to the river, the village that he's from? Do I have any idea because of the history? Do I have any idea?
That's an inside check.
Okay.
Yep, it's an inside check to see if he's fibbing about it. 15.
Right.
Actually, you don't sense any deception there at all.
Okay.
Could I use a persuasion check to ask him to share more?
Oh yeah, in case of a persuasion check, you
Right.
say what you're going to say, then make the roll, and we'll see how the results are.
Now, Felix, since we're going into the situation together and we're all invested, I believe it'd be in our best benefit to learn as much as possible. How about you share more information about how you came to that eye beholder after all?
Okay, make the roll. Ooh, you are super persuasive. Like he's starting to shine. He's starting to like you. Well, without going into too much detail, it was not necessarily legal. What I did, it was. You ever take something that doesn't belong to you?
No, I am a very honest man.
And you hear him like laugh, a lizard laugh, which you've never quite heard before. It's like it sounds like a cough. It's like right, and he like tries to wink at you, but he just blinks because he hasn't worked out how to use lizard eyes very well. Like right. Well, I wanted this thing, and I knew there was an opportunity to get it. It was traveling, and we set up a thing, roadblock. We underestimated them, though. I'll tell you that for free. Hence my current predicament. So, yeah.
Do you think them is still there, Felix?
Them? No, first thing in the whole fracas. This bearded robed fella with a big stick points his finger at me, and before I could think to hide or jump out of the way, he turned me into this thing. And he like gestures with his lizardy hands again, like. And I was there. I watched the whole thing go down.
What were you? before you were a
Everybody
lizard?
was dead by the end of it. Or dying. Like there's a couple of people who lived, but they bled to death.
What were you before?
I was a man. I am a man. In a lizard body. Right now.
And you're the
But
only
I have a
one that
man's brain
survived.
still. If you call this surviving.
Well, everybody
Hold on,
else
have you-
bled out, so I would say it is surviving.
I don't know if you could say that. To be honest, I think you're a lizard. Like, don't care. You know what I mean? Like, you got the body of a lizard. I don't think you're a man anymore.
Well, he does
Yeah,
have a
lizard.
point there, Felix.
You look like Baby Dragon. You look like Baby Dragon to me.
I think you
Yeah,
got to
maybe.
own. You got to own what you are, Felix. You know, you got to feel good about yourself. You know, picking up some like like self-esteem issues.
So you're saying that if someone came along and turned you into a mosquito, you would say, "Oh, I'm a mosquito now. I'm happy to be that."
Well, no
Is that
one
what
wants to be
you're
a
saying?
fucking. Well, no one wants to be a fucking mosquito, do they? But a lizard's all right. You know.
A
I
mosquito
think you're
is
being a
worth
bit
it.
of a whinge, if I'm honest.
He just clams up. He sits. He lays his back down on Kaya's shoulder and just kind of. I mean, you've never seen a lizard pout, but this is what it would look like.
I'm gonna reach
I'm
up
like-
and try to like pet him
Okay,
to see if it'll
Uh,
calm, like make him feel
this is
better.
gonna sound weird, but you got to roll animal handling and see how well you do.
Okay.
Animal handling is a thing.
Ooh.
No, 10's not bad. 10's average.
Oh.
Well, average-ish. No, I mean you're not overly calming, but it's not rejected. It's
Okay.
nice. You're nice.
I'm gonna
And
whisper
he-
to him.
Can Noctis kind of slowly walk over there and try to calm him down? Because I know he's got some points in animal handling also. That'd work.
Okay. he's I'm gonna like you're
Even
gonna roll
though
a
he's got a
you're gonna roll a disadvantage on this because he already is scared and doesn't like you because you squeezed him pretty good.
But
So if you want to try, you can.
like me more, you know, because we start out kind of rough. I'd say really rough.
Hey, go for it. Go for it.
So if you roll animal
Yeah.
handling, you take the lowest of the two numbers.
Okay,
That's disadvantage.
and so I'm willing to take.
A 12. No, 12's good. 12's fine. I mean, it means that you are about as welcomed as Kaya. Like,
Okay.
if you, what do you want to do though?
Just kind of want to like kind of calm him down a little bit. I kind of feel bad for him after the abuse I put him through, and also
With
you
your
know,
talon.
Willie just keeps on telling him he's a lizard and stuff. You know,
All right, what do you
And
say?
kind of a softer side to him, I guess. Kind of feels for him.
What do you say?
He kind of walks up slowly to him and just kind of pets him over the little lizard head, little slimy lizard head. And he just says, "Don't worry about Willie. He a dick sometimes." And then, you know, kind of slowly lets him ease off the pain from what Willie said to him.
You kind of see like begrudgingly, and it's almost probably because you guys are like well distant cousins, that he kind of like pushes himself into your finger or your hands, whatever is touching him, as a sign that he likes it. And then he does, it's like instinctual because your lizardy demeanor and his lizardy body there's a connection there, and he doesn't like it. He like leans into it and then just kind of goes like shudders away, but not scared at least anymore. It's definitely like that's fucking weird. I didn't expect that. Yeah.
I mutter under my breath and sort of go back towards the back of the group. I mutter under him. I say, "Fucking hell, this lizard's a snowflake." And then I wander back to the back.
Well, that Willie keeps his own counsel in the bag, doesn't he? So before we camp for the night, before we find a place off the road to make camp, because it's getting dark, Felix kind of hisses at you, Xylover, like just to get your attention, like,
Felix?
yeah, you, yeah, the bald one.
Yeah.
So- I saw you had some sort of flute or something. Is that right?
Oh yes. It's a pan flute is my specialty. I've studied this for many years.
Hmm.
Why do you ask, Felix?
Oh, I used to watch the theater people, and they would play music sometimes in the street, and I recognize that whatever that instrument is. Could you play for me? Just
You are
lighten the
very
mood,
cool.
maybe.
You are very cultured for religion, Felix, and you have good taste to ask me to play this pan flute for you. And
You know I'm
It'll
a
be my
man,
pleasure.
right? You know I was a man for most of my life, and I've been a lizard for a very short time. So I did
I-
live. You know what? Never mind. I'm sorry. Please play
I
this.
understand your frustrations. Let this put you at ease. Prepare for the heavenly melodies from me.
Now roll a performance check, because there is a performance thing that you have. Let's
I'm
see how good.
amazing!
Oh man, 19. You play a tune that Felix has heard before, and you see him like in his little lizardy body, like kind of swaying his head on all fours, like, oh yeah, and he knows this tune, and you hear him like kind of cough along because he doesn't know, like his lizardy vocal cords don't really like sing, so he's like like that, very like light, like trying to sing, and then he stops because he knows he realizes he can't sing, but the tune is nice, and you all kind of enjoy that tune. It's not too intrusive, it's not too loud or obnoxious, it's very soothing and very calming. Okay, and then once the tune is done, it's time to make camp for the night. So
Let's.
what do you guys do? Do you guys go off the road a little bit? Do you go well off the road so you can't be seen? Like, what do you guys think? The area around here is like light forest, like really light forest, like mostly flat grass with a tree here and there, but nowhere near like dense or anything like that. Just tall grasses, like greens and yellows and that kind of stuff.
So it's
Fellows,
not settle pretty much.
oh,
What's
no,
that?
just go ahead.
I said it like the area that we're in doesn't look dangerous at all. Pretty much just normal, happy place.
No, just like a country road with a few trees dotting the landscape.
I think we should make camp a little ways off the road, just in case.
I agree with Kaya. Let's go a little bit off the road to play it safe in case other travelers swing by. We don't want to be caught unawares.
Yes.
Okay. Do you want to be like unseen from the road, or do you just want to be off a little ways to see so you can see what's coming from either direction, kind of a thing?
We're kind of like we can still see the road, but off to the side a little bit.
Just some visibility of
Okay.
the road would be ideal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You find a little place to camp. There's like, I don't know, a few trees dotting around the campsite. But there's plenty of wood you can find if you want to make a fire. You all have bedrolls from your packs and stuff like that, so you can unroll them and stuff like that. And settle down, eat your rations and that kind of thing. Is there anything you want to do before you settle in?
Is it possible for me or someone to set up maybe some kind of like alarm or like trap or a string so that like if someone did approach us, we'd be alerted?
Absolutely, but as long as you can describe what you're doing, like describe how you make it. If you don't have like a
Yes.
skill or something like a trap making proficiency or something like that.
Oh, I don't.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask the group: does anyone here have some kind of preparation ability to perhaps put together a string or some kind of survival skill to set up like a twig or some leaves that people can like step onto to alert us in case someone walks by?
Is anybody proficient in survival? And when I say proficient, I mean there's a check mark in the box by survival.
Oh, I have that.
Negative.
Okay, you are.
Oh, I am. Okay, never mind. I am.
Okay.
So,
So if you are proficient in survival, I would say like you probably know the basics. Survival is basically like being out in the wild and how to live.
Right.
So I would say like you probably picked up something about how to make a just a basic like cans on a string without the cans, you know what I'm saying? Like something
Right.
to make noise if someone pops in. It's rudimentary, but I bet you could do it. Roll me a survival check, see how good you do.
Gonna set up some twigs to knock over some rocks in case someone walks by, and I'm good
Perfect.
at it.
Ooh.
Yeah. 21 on that survival check. You're like, "Oh man, I found the perfect things." You grab like some dead leaves and you like hide the kind of the apparatus, the string is visible and stuff like that. So you're pretty sure that if someone were to sneak up on you that they'd trip this thing and you could at least hear them. And you set up a
Excel.
couple of them around the camp just to make sure like most of your areas of ingress are covered by that.
Xylophore does it again.
Cool. Okay. The next thing that most people who do adventuring is, do you guys want to have a watch system? Meaning split up into 4 chunks of time where someone is awake to be the lookout. You don't have to do it, but a lot of people think it's the wise choice. This place doesn't seem too dangerous, but seems,
Mhm.
there's always seems.
I feel
I
like
don't know
this
about
group
you,
is
fellas.
a lot together, and they're kind of weary about that. So we'd have somebody at least watching while going in rotations.
I can do
So if you're gonna
shifts.
get
We're done.
a full 8 hours,
Mm,
that would be 2 hours apiece, right? 2, 4, 6, 8.
Yeah.
Okay. So now if you guys want to do that, you have to decide what order you're doing it in. Who's going to sleep when and who's waking up when.
Is it dark right now?
It's dusk. It's
It's
dusky
dusk?
out. Yeah, you want to set up camp when there's still a little bit of light, so you make sure to get everything all set up. But it took a while for Xylovar to set up those traps, so I'm gonna say it's getting pretty dark. Just the last remnants of the red sunlight is coming out.
Okay. I can
I
go
should-
first. I can see better in the dark.
I
Then
can see
after-
pretty well in the dark too. Oh,
I'll watch after Kaya's, I guess, first watch. And then I guess Xylo.
Okay.
all right. I'll go third, and then Willie, are you okay with fourth shift?
Yeah, I'm quite tired, so I'm having a little sleep. And now I wake up and sit on my crossbow while the sun comes up because that's my favourite time to reflect on my life when the sun's coming up. It fills me with positivity. So I sit with my crossbow.
Excellent.
Think
Sounds
about
like a win-win, Willie.
Okay.
Jesus.
So
Lily.
the first watch is Kaya, then it's Xylovar, or no, then it's Noctis, then it's Xylovar, then it's Willie.
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. We'll roll this D4 and see what happens. If anything. Well, actually, let's roll a D20 first. Okay. Okay.
What does that mean?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Okay.
It means nothing. You didn't see anything. Shut up.
All right.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Cool. Match roll. All right. So that would be Xylovar, right?
Mm.
You're the
Yep.
third watch, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, we will find out what that all means because we're going to take a break. It's break time, y'all. We're going to take a short break, about 5 minutes here to get up, refresh your drinks, and we'll come back and see what happened, what that roll all means. And that's the thing. I got to tell you guys, I wasn't sure how long it would take you if you were going to get out of the town, how long it was going to take. Could have been the first 10 minutes, but it ended up taking a bit longer because you want to discuss and discover everything, and you're really suspicious, which I admire. So we're going to see what happens with that roll when we come back. So don't go away. Eye of the Beholder has 2 more hours left. So stick around.